to get the tip of this wand about a foot above the vent.
Roger. Leave it there for 2 minutes?
And leave it there for 2 minutes. It could be a little more than a foot, just not closer than a foot. Okay. And we'll just monitor the temperature at that point.
Roger that. We're still standing by. Gonna get the vehicle nice and solid for this.
A little higher than a foot's fine.
Do you want to be up a little more? If you can see, I'm kind of the little tip is caught on the porch there. Do you want me to be above that?
I think that was fine. No lower.
No lower for sure, yeah.
But that's
I don't want you reaching up in the bar or whatever. It's good.
Look at the funny flaring coming out of that vent, Steve.
But the higher up you go, the
like
worse the biz will be.
Flashes.
Roger.
It's not rotating anymore.
Well, cyclones change.
So it's interaction with the current. The current's changing.
Neat bubbles coming out there though, in that camera.
I don't know whether just the stuff that under that little ridge or come above it.
Yeah,
what is the
I like
temperature?
going under and
just kind of like being, oh, now I'm above it.
There you go. Decision made.
Temperature's at 5 degrees? Ish? Oh, 2. It was at 5. Weird.
Yeah, if you just keep hitting this plot button,
Oh, it was sitting at 5 degrees down by the bars before.
Yeah, it was warmer down there, it looks like.
Isn't there a refresh button right there? There's refresh every 15 seconds.
So
once you think it's stable, Josh,
auto refresh is off on mine. Thanks, Steve.
Yep, I'm
be stable
just
first.
I'm in auto head. I got a little bit of forward on, but not a lot. I wonder if I should go a little more forward.
So we want to come at
pushing
this,
a little harder.
We want to approach this 1 foot kind of region from above and not from. We don't want to just jump right into the vent if possible.
Still getting the vehicle a little bit more set up before I go in for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's auto head, 25% ahead.
Roger.
Stick lock. Okay. So you want...
it should be the...
That's probably fine for up
the
down,
same as your gas type.
Yes, definitely.
And if you send it up on the vent, then I can...
Okay, yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay.
Data, do you want it while we're preheating the nozzle or once we place it?
Yeah, that's probably good there, Josh. I think there's more risk to the cable down below than there is to the nozzle tip from the heat.
If by Josh you mean Trevor, then Roger.
If I mean what now?
Trevor's running the
Yeah,
wand.
but isn't Josh running the show? No, I'm joking. Sorry, Trevor.
Trevor's running the show now.
2 minutes. 52.
Okay. 2 minutes. We
22,
went from...
52.
Are you also got it, Steve?
Just a quick behind the scenes. As we're preheating the temperature probe here, the back row of the control van, we are monitoring the live data that's coming
Went from
in.
like 5 to 75.
Oh, it's up at 75, nice. And that's right at that 2 foot mark above, that's good. Cassie's getting a more up-to-date thing than you, Steve. Here. Nope. You're just delayed. Yours is going. It's just slow.
Just delayed.
And then when we are ready, like it's going to be a few steps of incrementally getting closer. The final step, we kind of want to have it already oriented in the position so it's just a straight in.
Right,
we don't want to start trying to turn it at that point.
And you flip it out of the plume.
Yeah.
Understood.
You must have done a few of these by now, hey Trevor?
Never seen it before.
Oh, first time? I think you've done at least half a dozen.
I don't know, something like that.
Hey, Dirk.
Yeah?
Why is the tip of the probe ceramic?
Ooh.
Great question.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm bullying you a little bit with all my questions.
So
you should.
No, I'm
It has nothing to do with the temperature sensor. It has to do with the resistivities
See?
sensor.
Good thing I didn't answer.
5 seconds.
Would have got completely wrong.
How high do I go in the next one? 6 inches?
You go to about a foot.
Oh, from where am I now?
Let's say you're like,
Foot and a half?
yeah, aim for like, just under a foot. I think you're about a foot and a half here.
So Cassie, what do you have for temperature? I still don't have anything. I don't know why.
I have temperature that went, we started at 5, went to 75, went down to 50. I think now we're a little above 50 again. Yeah, it's slowly going up.
Yeah, mine is so slow. It hasn't. Are you attached to the onboard
How's that,
computers or
Jared?
the shore computers?
Yeah, that's good. Just leave
I
it there.
am on the shore
Once we
computer.
get an updated temperature, no, the temperature might not really have changed, in which case we will
It's
just go down to 6 inches after
Okay,
that.
roger that.
It's gone up to 75 again.
Can you pan left
Yeah,
a
that's
little, Josh?
pretty minor.
Panning left.
So, Trevor, the temperature is essentially the same as before, so
Slope it down a little bit?
yeah, bump it down a little bit.
Okay, you can HT down too.
It went up by 20 degrees Celsius, which is not much.
Good there, thanks.
But
Okay,
it's steadily
down
going
nice and
up,
slow.
which is good. That's what you want.
Yeah, it's sitting at 75 now.
If
This
you're
is
relying
like,
on me,
I'm gonna ask you how much salt on your meal or pepper. That's probably good. There, yeah.
Okay, stopping there. Can I get a partial zoom, please, video? And good there, perfect.
Back up to 75.
Yeah, just a little higher than 75.
So I'll just let that sit for 30 seconds, but right now, oh, your cyclone's back, Steve.
Looks like based on this camera, I need to be a little farther away from the vehicle with that tip.
We are up over 100 now, maybe 150.
Bubble it all
Okay,
for
we'll
you?
leave it here for a
One more
little bit.
Do you want me to bubble it all for you? Bubble.
I'll bubble it up.
I could bubble for you.
You could bubble. I don't know that I'll see it, but that's, if we
I
can.
have no idea how to run this camera, by the way.
The temperature
Try pan,
changes
see what
quite
happens.
quickly with
Look at that.
just a little bit of movement in the plume.
Yeah. You're
Whoa.
essentially mixing superheated water with ice cold water, and it's just like,
It's not helpful.
so the closer you get, the faster it jumps.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're sitting about 150 still.
We went a little down to about 117, 115.
So maybe Trevor, if you want to try pushing it a little further from the vehicle like you were talking about,
Yeah, roger that.
kind of keep just lining it up with the hole without coming too much closer to it.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better. We'll see if it changed at
I
all
might
or
go
not.
one more little push away,
I
actually.
mean, cinema cam's a pretty sweet view.
Yeah, totally.
It
There.
actually dropped temperature.
Yeah, it dropped down again. We're down at 67.
Okay, so if you want to bring it down a little bit, Trevor.
Yep, understood.
This feels like trying to Goldilocks it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like getting into a really warm bath. Can't just jump right in. You got to ease into it a little bit at a time.
And it's worse coming out, basically. So the heating is less
Okay, hold it there for a bit, Trevor.
Holding.
stressful on ceramic, apparently. I guess we just can't heat it as fast. But we can really cool it down really quick because there's a big, massive
Ice cold. Yeah.
ice cold water there.
Fridge
And so
temperature.
finish it, why the ceramic is there, it's because of resistivity sensor,
Went down
and
again.
basically it's you need to have something to non-conducting between the two electrodes.
Okay, we can go down a little bit more there, Trevor.
Okay.
Maybe half the distance between where you're at and the hole.
Oh, yeah, we're
Okay,
all the way up
that's-
at 150.
Okay,
Stopping there.
keep it there for a bit, and then that's.
I don't recall uninstalling a working
Yeah.
bars very often.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I just keep on going down.
Okay, going down.
Oh, you're going off script here.
Well,
I wrote the script.
Why'd you write it like this?
So you could change it.
Okay, don't fall out.
This is Steve's play. We play it out the way he wants it to go.
can I get more
puppets on a
centered up
string.
on the vent itself?
What's the temperature?
198,
Yeah,
200,
right.
about 200.
Okay, just
I'm
yeah.
halted
So
there
when
for a
you're
bit.
ready, you just
You can
insert that,
pan
Trevor.
left a little too. I just want to see the tip. I can look at the wrist and the other cameras. And zoom in, please. Quite a lot. Keep going, keep going. Good there.
All right.
So we're not doing this too slow, but one of the problems about going real slow is that you actually
pull it out.
you block those other tubes.
Can I go for it?
Yes.
I'd say go for it.
And I'm going to go all the way now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
going
at
all the
above
way.
200.
The risky.
Yeah,
oh,
last
keep it
reading
on
was
slow.
Don't do
218.
that. That's the only thing you can't do.
Oh. Yeah, once it's heated, you can't pull it back out.
Oof.
Where are we at for temperature?
About 220 degrees.
It's just slow.
Should I stop there? You want me
No,
to
you
keep
can
going
keep
further?
going all the way.
If it's
I guess.
going, let it go.
You don't need to
You,
pour.
you
don't
want
need
to make
push
sure it doesn't fall out. That's the only big thing.
Yeah, roger.
So don't break it all off or anything like that either. But
Check
that
out,
looks.
Okay.
Just make it perfect, Trevor.
check out those worms all around
Do
the
it
edge
right
of
and
the
don't do it wrong.
vent.
Only
Yeah.
right at this stage.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm
reading
halted
They
there.
like
temperature of
they like it hot.
332.
Do we like that? Should I let go?
Yeah, we like
Yes.
that temperature. When you are ready, you can let go.
Okay, no problem.
Cassie, can you repeat
There
the
we go.
temp again?
Yeah, just one moment. The last reading I had was about 332 degrees.
Nice.
It's a hot one.
Might be a
Nice.
record.
No.
I think we've had 4s.
Okay, arms secure. We can come wide on video.
It's nicely draped on the porch, so I'll
Yeah.
be glad to
Yeah.
slip that out from underneath there.
So we have to congratulate Jeb for making the exactly right length of wand to fit there.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are you happy for me to get out of the danger zone here?
Your RV. Yeah, you can fly clear of this. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that could go wrong now is to knock it out.
Thanks, Steve.
The only thing
The
that
only
can go
thing
wrong,
that
he
you
says.
can do is just wreck it altogether.
Yeah, just don't do it wrong.
Okay, not doing it wrong. Here we go.
How long can the ROV hang out by the hydrothermal vent?
So, oh, just one second, Josh. If you can just have a look at that cable on the way down.
Yep, you
We'll
bet.
just see
I
how
just wanted to
it's-
get clear,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'm going to move my camera, and then I'll take a nice look at it all.
Sure.
I think the cable length was just luck,
Chin.
but the deployment was pure skill.
Fortune.
Nice job, front row.
Major kudos again.
Wow.
Trevor, could you
Oh.
do that for me? Could you porch in and then maybe center my camera?
We might as well
No, we cannot port
throw
in.
throw some at AJ.
Oh, right, porch in.
Center your
Well, a
camera.
little bit. Yeah, I think I did all the porch in I could do, maybe.
Throw some at AJ at well since
Uh-huh.
he picked the site.
The
I can
bars
retract you
Baron.
out.
Yeah,
Actually
push
extend.
out, extend, and then
Thanks, bars Baron.
get the porch out of the view.
AJ bars. All right.
Great.
I think we'll have a good shot at getting that out too in a year.
So I'm doing a very quick photogrammetry survey here.
Nice.
Steve, do you have the photogrammetry turned on?
Yes. Just
Okay.
for the bars, might I don't know
Tucked
what
around
it's going
by,
to do. It's a little
Atalanta here.
game.
So delta again, 22.
Okay, I'm gonna log the photogrammetry start.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like do one of those, but it keeps keep getting.
Oh, is that
pulled
what's
back
happening?
down.
Yeah. You're going to go back down to the level of the pig.
Yeah, I'm just
Good.
gonna try and pivot around, and we're just keeping Atalanta up pretty high,
Uh-huh.
just to keep out of the way of Dante and stuff.
Steve, do you want to continue your?
Every time I
Once
try
we
and
get a
come around,
good
I go-
view of the of bars and the cable, do you want to follow the photogrammetry over to the camera as
Go
well,
for nav.
or not?
The
Well,
camera.
Maybe we could move.
Back
We
to
should
the
do.
original bar site
Atlanta
where the other
has been
sensors
moving.
are, so you have like a view
He's
relative.
right
or
over
not
top of
interested?
Dante right now, so we could
It's
move.
not really, but yes. It's not real.
Copied. So you're proposing a
Yeah, we could go
adjustment
this
to a
way,
heading of
10 meters.
Yeah.
290,
Even 5.
295. Pilots, are you all right for a heading change?
Yeah, and we'd like a ship move too. You can do the heading change.
Okay, great. Bridge, that sounds great.
Can we do 5 meter move 315, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Ugh. Yeah, I just keep getting my head spun around.
Yeah. It's been drifting since we got up here.
Totally, like a lot. It was way
Bridge,
up to
bridge
the
nav.
north there for a while when
Yeah,
I
it
first
was.
walked in.
Could we add a ship move as well? 5 meters at 315. Oh, copy. Thank you.
It's an optimized cable length of the bars.
Actually, we thank University of Washington for that one, Steve. They made that cable.
They're pretty clairvoyant, aren't they?
I think they're probably the best bars manufacturer on the planet. Maybe the only.
Some say the only.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I think our big survey with it later will show us quite a lot. Next. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It gets higher, yeah. Okay, Josh?
Yeah.
So if we can just get a kind of a square to the slope by bars, I just want to see how the cable's coming out of at the base,
Okay.
that floaty cable, and then we kind of follow, and then if we follow this slope face back to where the camera is on the left, go over by the PPS, and then
Okay.
back out from there.
So yeah, whenever you can go down, I guess you'll need to go down to get there anyway. Is it Atlanta still holding you up?
It's getting a little better, but yeah, I was just getting pulled around there I'm still kind of getting tugged.
I can come down too if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll keep 25.
we're pretty deep.
Sure.
It'll take a minute to
Yeah, for sure.
adjust.
Steve, can you let me know when you've turned the photogrammetry off?
Okay.
Thanks.
Video, can you zoom in? Half zoom, please.
Yeah, that looks pretty benign. No bends.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
No shimmering water.
Yeah, it was about 5 degrees down there on the temperature probe. Okay, Josh, thank you.
Okay.
I think
Come wide, please, video.
if we go wide, kind of slowly drift back towards the RAS PPS area, and then we can get ready for recovery after that.
Is
Ready
this
for
the
recovery up
photogrammetry
to
right
the
here?
up to the surface?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a temperature probe, heavy, reliant
Roger.
dive. Yeah.
Did you want us to grab that trigger guard?
Yeah, actually, forgot about that one. There's two that we probably should
The
grab.
green one's actually still on the porch. Would you look at that?
Where's the other one?
Where's the blue one?
Blue one's on the rocks.
Yeah, the little up.
Could I grab that green one right now? You
Yeah.
good with that?
Whenever
Yeah,
you're
sure.
ready.
Got a science question here from one of our viewers for Steve.
I got a view of the craft. We're
Um,
good.
is the
Yeah,
bars, does the bars
Whole
only
thing for that one.
record temperature, or can it give some elements data?
It indirectly gives element data by measuring the resistivity or the conductivity of the water. So the ionic sort of content of the water. So that changes depending on how many ions are in the water. So chlorine is one of them. And so we see the two end states. We take a gas tight, so we do the chemical analysis on those samples we take at the beginning and at the end, and then we can watch the resistivity, and
That
if
was
it
just resting on
changes,
the
Can I
porch.
get box out?
we can imply when those changes in the chemical compositions occurred. So it indirectly gives you some idea of changes of chemistry of the water.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
Trevor, there's also the other one, just up in your kind of. I just want to see where the other. It's kind of if you look up eventually when you're ready. It's on the rocks
Up higher.
up higher. Yeah.
Have we noticed any changes already to the area from the March
might be gone.
earthquakes?
Maybe you already picked it up.
Well, we
must
wouldn't
pick it
know
up.
if
Must
it
been
was
here.
March, but
Yeah, it's there.
over the past few years, the growth we're looking at right now basically occurred. So basically where the base, where you see the green cables and that
I'm secure.
lump that with a bunch of faunal assemblages, animals, tube worms living on it, that grew within the last 4 or 5 years. So that
All
2
right.
meter high, 2-3 meter high structure is new. As you can see, there's these big flanges that come out from the side of Grotto. The one over where the lights are, where the camera is, that the farther end of it there fell off. So things are slowly changing. And that wasn't really just a regular change, because things did not change for at least 8 to 10 years prior to that. Every time we came here, it was pretty well exactly the same. So within the last 4 or 5 years, things are undergoing some change, and that's it's also being shown in the seismicity. Seismicity started going up, a couple of years back, and we were expecting. So things are in a change mode right now. It seems like there's some theories out there that happens every 20 years or so. We had one 20 years ago, between 2000 and 2005, undergo a bunch of change, where most of the energy that was coming out of here actually moved up the valley, and high-rise became the higher heat flux output region over Main and Deverfield, as well as the different portions of Main and Deverfield changed. The southern part was a stronger area where S&M is and these other structures, and then 20 years ago these became stronger fluxes, and those ones are dying out. So there's indication that switches back and forth, because these have been around, they've been dated, even though they're growing and changing, they've been around for tens of decades. Well, tens of centuries, actually. I don't know what the latest is, about 1,000 years.
And if you want to read more about this heightened seismic activity on Ocean Exploration Trust website, Nautilus Live, there is a blog about the March earthquake swarm.
Look at that color of that, eh? Steve, what's that about? The gray, look how dusty. It's just the ash or the...
No, it's for some
precipitation?
reason that camera's it's really white. It's bacteria
Josh, I think Adam might be sitting
being shot out of
right
the actual
above
vents.
this.
Like this sub-seafloor bacteria is
I see something
finding these things and growing
very
on it. One year
close.
we had it was like completely,
Yeah,
like you couldn't even see it.
Whoa,
It was like Casper the Ghost.
crazy.
That's bacterial, Matt, on the device there,
On the RAS PPS,
on
yeah.
the RAS PPS. Wow.
Do you want to the full
Steve, do you
tour
still
of
have the
this?
photogrammetry going?
Dirk?
No, I think we're good to
Yep.
recover.
All right,
Josh.
yeah, just
Yeah,
let me know
we're
when it
done?
stops.
Okay.
I think we're going to stop it right now, because we're getting in that.
Yeah, and we're recovering right
Are we not going to recover the bars?
now. Actually, it's probably
We
not
should.
a bad time to do it. We're going to leave it before, but Josh,
Yeah.
before we recover, are you comfortable with bringing the bars up on your porch, the old one?
All we could do is hold it with the arms. We don't have straps or anything.
We can put it. We can
Yeah,
leave it.
that's that.
We can
but-
put it in the tool basket too.
I wouldn't mind it coming back,
Okay.
Uh,
So
because it'll be our spare for next year.
All right, Josh, if we don't,
Jeb will fix it by the next dive.
quick change of
By
plan,
the
and then
next
we'll
dive?
quickly pick up that bars. We
Do
have
you have
10 minutes.
titanium
15
machining
minutes.
shop?
Pretty soft cutoff on that, but yeah. What is
Yes.
Thanks, Dirk.
Where is the bars?
That is a affirmative. We want to recover the old
it?
bars.
Yes.
Okay, and where is that located?
It's on the. It's follow that
By the
orange
lights.
cable. No, is it still up top? I thought they brought it down.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Follow the.
Orange cable.
Orange cable
I think
down?
it's- Yeah.
Yellow brick road.
Okay, roger.
I think they moved it down there.
For those of you wondering what BARS stands for, I believe it's benthic and resistivity sensor.
Measures the benthic.
So on the mud somewhere.
Yep,
Could be on
it's
the other
world's
side
worst
of that
acronym.
overhang, but
BARS.
It used to be called T-res because it measured temperature and resistivity, and now it added one more sensor and it became a bars. And T-res, I always like T-res.
T-Rex, T-Res, yeah.
Yeah.
I just called the pig.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pig. Yeah.
There's a provision on all of them for hydrogen sensor as well,
Yeah.
but we've never connected one. Do you know if UW ever takes those measurements?
I think I'm on top of the floats, just so you know. I'm not going down super far.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. They can, I think they're on OOI, the cabled array, and they're also at, I believe they're at Lucky Strike on the triple junction on the AMAR, the Atlantic Mid-Ocean Spreading Center. Yeah, so they're around.
What do you think, Dirk? Over around the corner here, maybe, or
Yeah, maybe two. I think it's towards the left, maybe.
oh, to the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's towards the left at the base of the other cable that was going down, or the base of
Yeah.
the weight that comes off of RAS.
Yeah. So just kind of stay a little away as you're doing this transit, but I know it's down here somewhere.
So those yellow marks there, that's rust basically from parking positions and things like that, or possibly just naturally occurring, because there's a lot of iron coming out of, most iron's the most,
I
obviously.
think like there somewhere.
Steve, there is an A-frame there still. You can see the red poking through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of material or elements or minerals are in the black smoke that spews out of these vents?
Well, Earth is a iron planet, so
I think
a lot of iron.
maybe that's
but,
it.
you know,
Right
there's-
here somewhere, right there. I can see a little bit of a green cable. That might be it.
But there's all kinds of, every one you can imagine is basically there. Lots of copper, gold, arsenic, cyanide,
Any uranium?
lots of uranium.
Wash your hands after handling the instrument.
There's a crab off to the right there.
I'll go find out for you, Josh. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll
Okay.
have to look into it.
About as far down as I want to go
Okay.
without a ship move. We
Roger.
can do a ship move anyway.
There should be a
I have a waypoint about 12 meters to the north
to the
12
north.
meters north.
for old bars.
Old bars.
So right below you.
Good old bars.
So that would be up on top probably then.
5 meters deeper than we
Trying
are.
to ID
as
that
well.
crab,
5
but we're
meters
too
deeper.
far away.
Deeper and north?
Deeper and north.
So
So
it could be in this cavern. Right. Oh, maybe is that it right there?
maybe.
It's kind of deeper.
That's deeper and north.
Yeah. No, impossible. Also, yeah, it's fine. It's right there.
I think we were just hovering right above it for a while there.
Well, the Norbit says,
Nice spottage there, Dirk.
Can we
I
get a
spent
ship
enough
move,
time in
please?
Venus.
Let's
Yeah.
do 5 meters 030.
030.
Yeah. Kind of up towards where that
so
old bars.
that's the
Okay.
the acoustic the tripod,
Bridge nav.
and I guess right ahead there is the bars.
Can we have the ship move 5 meters at 030, please? Thank you.
then I can actually come down more.
Ooh, there's a little milk crate.
And there's a purse there too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the old hydrophone, yeah.
I think I'm still on top of the floats.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, the hydrophone's actually just up here.
I think so too.
I'm gonna turn to starboard here.
Sure. Yeah, we got lots of
For-
time. We can.
Right below you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right below me is a.
Yeah, there's a hydrophone's right below you.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah.
That's that funny one where you could see that boulder right by the
Back up
hydrophones.
a
It
little
landed
bit.
on the cable.
That was close. Just landed right on top of that.
I can hear you coming.
But I think we had it in the Norbit too here, so we had it.
All right, where are my floats at?
I have an audience member asking if we can see the Norbit screen and the 3D mapping page. Is that a possibility?
It's on Hercules proc if you're able to pull that up on the web interface. But
I've got it here. How can I send it to anywhere? I can't.
I don't think you can do it.
That's not your job, Steve.
that would be. But also,
I
I'm
can
pretty
describe it
sure-
to someone.
Yeah, describe as you see. Yeah.
But there's this Hercules in the middle of it, and this little white line that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. I still can't see those floats, so I don't know.
I'd try. I'd almost like to go, that way instead of. Well, I could go.
Yeah.
Where am I here? Yeah, no, I guess this way is better for Atalanta if I go this way.
Yeah. And that's Atalanta's moving that way right now.
Yeah, I'll go this way. What have I got for landage here?
Here at maximum delta edge.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's more than what we have.
Yeah, we're farther apart than the tether.
It's a bit of an awkward downhill kind of landing, but I guess we don't have to be there for very long.
How do you set? Why can't I tilt more? Tilt more.
Ooh,
There we go.
Video one.
I can see tether, but I can't see the floats anymore. It's probably fine, right? Is that a float right below me? What am I looking at? Yeah, that's the floats right
That's the
below me.
floats, yeah.
Cool. Just drop the tether into it a bit, get them all wrapped up, and then we should be good.
Yeah, let's bring it all back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to come down anymore.
No, you do not need to. I can just hang out.
I don't even want to be this low.
Shockingly not pulling on me that much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like you're even right behind me is all the.
I think I want to be higher.
You're seeing this, Steve?
See what I'm seeing there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're
Do you want me to come
just
up out of the
yeah,
spot?
I think we should come
All right,
up.
let's
the
get out of
stakeholder
here.
thing.
Coming up.
Tom's still on.
I'm just going to come up like 2 meters.
Yeah, I'll hang out. I'll just wait. No
Can I
rush.
see my payout anywhere?
Yeah.
Is it not
Yeah, it's on the.
one of the screens,
this
but not
one.
the screen I have.
Yeah, it's on the Pilot Plus page. Yeah,
Roger, thank you.
yeah. It's on the
Right.
7th tab.
Yeah, not the 5th tab. I'm going to come up 2155. There we go. I'll stop on winch. Wait for that ship move to come through. Or, you know what I mean. What's that? Oh, never mind. Steve, are you still photogrammetrying?
No, I don't think he
Yeah,
is. I think he's,
yeah, it is.
he is?
I see capturing on it.
It'll flash every time it takes a picture. It'll flash
Oh.
capturing.
Oh, so we got a lot.
You got a lot of stuff there.
You see the shape of the blue water?
Photogrammetry survey off.
Roger.
I thought I turned it off. I didn't.
Makes me want watermelon. Those little watermelon candies, maybe?
It's pretty random.
You can't look at that and tell me you don't want watermelon candies or watermelon.
Are you talking about the button?
Look at this.
It's our res. It's our res level. It's green and happy.
If you think of watermelon candy, you should come look at the buttons for the photogrammetry. It's exactly like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
What were those called? What was the Starburst? What was it? So
Like penny candies at the
those hard candies that are perfectly square, or all not square, like
Starburst shaped.
no.
They're square, but they're not square, but they're not Starburst shaped.
Yeah, not square, but starburst shaped.
What is that shape called? The square that's like a rectangle from the side, a square from the top.
Rectangular prism.
Is that what it is?
I don't know what's in your mind. I'm just throwing words out.
What you're saying?
Parallelogram.
Like a non-square box. You know, like 3D shape that's not a cube.
I think rectangular prism. I think that's right.
Got it.
I was thinking of a rhomba? Is
Oh,
that a shape?
rhombus? I
Rhombus?
feel like a rhombus is angles, though.
Rhombus?
Like, not a
That's-
90-degree angle.
I'm
That's
not
if you
more
step on a
confused.
rectangular prism.
Are you
it converts
talking
to a
about Jolly
rhombus.
Ranchers?
Yes, that's the one.
Ah!
With these buttons.
Shout out to the audience member who put Jolly Ranchers in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is there any harm in doing another move?
I was just thinking another 5 meters at 090.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bridge nav. 5 meters at 090, please. Thank you.
Easter.
I'm going to look at gauges.
Yeah, why not?
That's why not. Ugh,
Toaster.
so bright. Yeah, good. Gauge is good.
Hey, ROV pilots,
Hello.
can I ask, how long can the ROVs like hang out by the hydrothermal vents safely? Because I noticed that you guys were trying to get the ROV out of the superheated water quite quickly there.
Well, in that particular instance, I was more concerned with not moving the bars cable once it was in place because it was in a nice spot and we didn't want to disturb that. So the hot water it's not, well, this is a good Steve question, but generally it's not hot, like, you know, centimeters away from the really hot water. It'll go from hundreds of degrees to, you know, 4 degrees within a few centimeters. So we're not terribly concerned about the ROVs being close to it. Obviously don't want to be like right in there, but yeah, we can hang out by the hydrothermal vents for as long as we need to.
I definitely melted some ROV parts
We've
before.
we'd certainly melted things, but that's when you stuff, you know, that thing right into the really hot water.
There's one of our lights.
One of our lights is a little bit,
toasted.
yeah,
And
toasty.
And it's worked for years after.
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to them. They got some solid lights.
DSPL shout out.
CC light spheres, yeah.
Nice, nice.
Burn it until it's gray, and then it still works for years.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Just a quick. Can you give me a timeline for when we can approach the bars?
We're probably good to do that now, I think.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for Atalanta to swing over, and then we didn't want to get Atalanta mixed up in the RAS flow.
The RAS, yeah. Okay.
But I think we're clear now.
I think we're only going to get more clear. So.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go down.
Okay, I'll still keep a pretty tight delta.
Yeah. It's a little bit of like, I think it's a downhill,
Raj.
like land. There's something right behind me when I get in there. From this side anyway.
One of our viewers noticed that there are droplets on the inside of the HD camera. Is it just dirty, or is there something going on with that?
I think that's hydrothermal vent.
Yeah, it's on the outside, and
Okay.
it's just from, yeah, hydrothermal
schmutz.
vent sort of,
Yeah,
Hey, look at that butt can.
just some dust.
yeah, I know, it's right behind me.
It's right behind you.
Right behind.
Oh, I suppose your delta depth should be shorter than the length of the tether.
Yeah, what is the length of the tether?
30 meters between the vehicles.
So yeah, it's quite tight then.
It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
tight.
So you get down to here, Dante is about almost 30 meters up. So
Yeah.
Lance is right in the thick of it all.
Yeah,
What,
which is
camera?
why we were waiting.
Yeah, we had to move it off the top of the floats, or as PBS floats. So what do you
Yeah.
want to do with this bars? You want to leave both the probe and the cable dangling, and then just grab the T-handle, put it on the porch, etc.?
Yeah.
Or what do you want to do?
Yes, it's fine if it's dangling, although I think the probe is its own piece at this point.
The probe
It's a
is
two-piece
its own.
pick.
Look in the back right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, it's Wi-Fi. Cool.
Yeah,
It's,
but this is
it's the
Bluetooth,
Wi-Fi,
Bluetooth
yeah.
technology.
Bluetooth. Yeah, sweet. So do you want me to put that in the forward box then, this toolbox?
Sure.
Okay. Can I grab it anywhere?
Yeah.
I don't need to be sensitive or fragile to
You can grab it by the hose. That's the best probably spot for it.
Okay.
Like the red hose even, I don't know.
Can I grab it right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
We're reusing, reducing, and recycling.
Hello.
Jeb's pretty excited to get this back.
Oh yeah, look at the Wi-Fi.
that's Jeb's first, that's basically
Oof.
serial number 201.
What is the 200 significance?
Usually when, so Marvs are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And then, so if you want your second series, easy way to do it is just
Nice.
put a 2 in front of it. So 21, 22, or 20, 21, 22, 23. But Jeb jumped 100. So we start at 201. I don't think there's a 202 yet.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
That will affect the visual vertical video.
No,
Visual.
there's going to be more opportunity for that.
Okay. Then I'll just land the piggy on the porch and away we go. Hose miss, and then I'll get it.
Now that you call it piggy, all I can see is like a sausage roll.
You never unsee the pig once you see
I
it.
can't unsee the pig now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if I could span the little aluminum.
Yeah, just stuff it
bar.
right in the
Do
grating.
we need to worry about, oh, we lost a trigger guard on the orange and red. Oh, we already knew that.
Yeah, that one was gone this whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Oh, you can span the little ridge
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we ever?
Wow.
Do you want to?
I'll put the
Are we going
Orion
to
on
mag
it.
them? Or so? That's going to be hard. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That is
Why is
going to be
there
tough.
2 cables down here?
Do you want us to grab that anything over there? That milk
I don't know
crate?
what the other thing is.
That sounds like no.
Yeah, no.
It's a bunch of beaners and
Yeah, a bunch of goodies.
We'll get
it
that
looks like a
eventually.
bunch of goodies
Are you
actually,
using that?
but there's no room for it.
There's no room.
Come on.
We want to recover about now
Okay.
for our timing to work out later. So
How do you drive this
We'll
thing?
grab this and then we'll do the.
I don't know what this other
Right.
connector is that's sitting down here, right in front of us.
Look at that bag of goodies in the blue tote there.
I know
really
that's
want
all
those
sorts
beaners
of
and
goodies.
stuff.
Yeah, what are we doing here leaving that behind?
Oh, there's a weight.
Makes me sick.
You pumping iron.
Can you grab this that
Yeah.
other parking position that's sitting there as well, or is that just too much stuff?
Too much stuff for
All right.
Hercules?
Now
You
Dirk's
kidding?
got his
No, no,
evil
okay, you know what? No,
beaner.
it's like shopping when you're hungry. Just
I know.
get
We
what
really need to recover right now. Oh, by the way, can you go grab all the other
yeah,
stuff?
no. Get what you came for. Leave the rest. Think about it. If you really want it, you can come back for it.
Never shop on an empty stomach.
No, don't.
Or
yeah.
always do. Are you kidding?
That's how I generally shop.
I generally do.
Me
So
too.
much useless stuff.
That's
I'm
how you get
hungry.
the best
There's
snacks.
no food in my house. Time to...
It's like
I did.
well, it's like Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber when he goes shopping at that gas station with their last money. He's got the hats. He's got everything.
Oh, I like this this comment from our viewer. For the longest time, I thought you folks were talking about a literal pig because I remember ONC
Okay.
once did an
Okay.
experiment on decomposition of a pig under deep
Are
sea
we,
conditions.
are we really
Everyone
all done?
loves
Or-
that video.
Come on,
I've
shop
seen
while
that.
hungry, Dirk.
We're good to recover. So you're happy. I don't know if you want to grab that connector or if you want to let it dangle, whichever is fine.
Is the cable garbage? Can I grab the cable?
No, the cable's still good.
Okay.
So either you grab the parking position frame.
Why are there 2 cables?
The other one is, we're coming back for that one another time.
Okay.
But the one on the left that you can see underneath your 7 function there
Both
is
seven.
Orion. That one's coming with us.
Okay.
But I've seen that
You meant
video
the milk crate, right?
pop
I'm just
up
gonna
on
grab this milk
Facebook on
crate.
Reels,
Mhm.
unrelated to Ocean
Yeah.
Networks Canada,
Yeah, yeah.
plenty of times.
Yes.
It's like, you know,
It's-
with that weird voiceover, it's like, scientists have been putting pigs, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of our best performing videos.
All right.
So
we're
it's
there.
this kind of pig, but there's actually actual pigs that we've also put down, so we can talk about those for a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think that project with the pig decomposition was partnership with the Victoria Police Department.
Vancouver, maybe?
Yeah,
No,
and
it's
SFU.
Simon
Was
Fraser.
Simon Fraser?
What am I doing with this dirt?
SFU.
But
And,
the
Sorry,
criminology
what's that?
department.
What's that?
What am I doing with this?
Whatever you
holding
want
onto
to.
it. Or
Can I just, do I need to?
You could put
You
it
don't
in
have
your
to.
Ford box, whatever you want to do.
Can I let it dangle?
If you're happy recovering the ROV like that, sure.
I don't know. Do you care, Josh? I could just stuff it over here.
yeah, you
and
can stuff it there and just let it go.
then- Not like that. Okay.
You're gonna have lots of time to fiddle with this.
Yeah, I'm working my way into recovery position.
Roger. How about that? Is that fine?
Looks good.
It's attached.
And then I'll just grab the milk crate and then we'll be out of here.
No, no, we're not shopping.
And then maybe that weight, that shiny,
Yeah.
it's shiny.
Maybe get a quick gas light on the way out.
Yeah. We do have to trigger all the Niskins on the way up.
Yeah, we do that.
That's in the dive
Might as well
plan.
trigger them right now.
Is there such a thing as
Want
a
me to?
quick gas tank?
Sure, well, you can. If you,
I'm
it's
happy to-
harder,
Let
but
me
whenever
get,
it's easy for you to
let
do
me
it.
get all like going.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we'll,
cool.
and then we'll do it.
Give her.
Like I see, I'm gonna let you take over the Niskin triggering when you just want to do it
It,
whenever.
it's
I've
nothing to
got
do with us.
Okay.
I gotta turn to starboard, which means you're gonna have
It
a wrap.
does, but
Okay. Do you want me to unwrap that?
I'm turning now.
Oh, gotcha.
Got some fun facts about Ocean Networks Canada's data. I try to repeat our fun facts every time I'm on watch. So in archive, we have 1.5 petabytes of data, and on a daily basis, we collect approximately 300 gigabytes of data. And all of this is available online for free for anyone in the world with an internet access on oceannetworks.ca.
Okay, I have 0 wraps. Look at that tow basket, or that milk crate, just begging to be pulled in to safety.
This really reminds me of, you know, when you're done shopping for groceries and you only want to do one trip into the house.
I can carry it all.
I can carry it all.
Yeah,
That's how I
exactly.
pull a muscle.
So, Steve, did you want these? We're going to start coming up. Did you want us to do Niskins anywhere scientifically valuable?
I think earlier the better.
Okay.
We could
cool.
probably use some from here. I could grab a couple small containers just to fill in the nozzles of the gas tights.
Yeah, great. Well, are you ready for that, Josh? I
Sure.
can just do it.
Otherwise,
No.
we'll just use it for your purposes.
Okay, Roger.
Steve, I need to know if we're going to be storing these samples so I can log them.
Josh,
No.
just on your right there, huh?
No, they're basically,
yeah,
we're going to squirt them into those nozzles of the gas tights, just so that they have that water in them. So when they get sucked in,
Terrain.
it's not surface water or whatever we.
Okay,
Look
so
at
it's
that
not
one.
an official sample.
No.
Steve, check
Thank
that.
you so much.
That tower that we coming up on.
Whoa.
Which way are we facing? We're facing
Dante?
East, so it's Dante.
That one in the background there is Dante?
Yep.
Are all
He's
those
quite a bit bigger than
Yeah.
Grotto, right?
Are all those little spindly
Higher.
things
Higher, yeah.
tubes, tube worms?
Yes.
Wow.
It doesn't look like it's doing much though, does it?
Well, I think
Coming up
we're.
at 30
There's got
35
that
meters
one
top.
big.
I think we're still climbing. Oh, look at this thing. It's huge.
Yeah, Norbit's picking it up nicely.
Can someone let me know when the Norbit is turned off, please?
It's not recording anything.
Oh, it's not.
It's just, yeah, giving us it in 10 minutes, or I don't know, 5 minutes of background, and then repeating.
Oh, great, thanks.
So we're just looking at it
Just to
as
check
a
out.
viewer.
You got any more cameraage for me? I can probably do it, but
Actually,
do I have a Niskin? One's the forward one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we need to tilt that camera down.
Did I just not see
Don't
it?
pull anymore.
Okay.
Right out.
Weird.
Probably 2 is going to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to tilt that camera down more.
Roger.
Dan must see the thruster.
Yeah, no.
These triggers are so fun to watch.
Let me hit the Orion a little bit.
Little water balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
said
the
these are
Norbit's
3D
having an
printed,
interesting
right?
time
The
with
little
these vents.
grabber balls.
Okay.
so that
all
must
Niskins
be
triggered.
Oh.
Dante, eh?
Yeah.
Bonk, bonk.
Does a pretty good job. Better than I thought. Well, it's
Look
not
at
getting
that.
it all of it really, but
But
when
yeah,
you get it this
I think
way-
you got to do a couple
Arm
passes.
secure.
We're on the wrong side. We got to be above it almost.
yeah.
That is amazing though. If you do a grid, you'll get something pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna do.
But you have to be
whatever.
able to move it around
do
because
salvo so I
otherwise
can
you
make
just see
winch
that.
bigger.
Sure.
No, yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you're right. Well, you need a model.
Switch into USBL.
Look at that, Steve. Look at the
Smoke.
plume, yeah.
So we're above. Yes, well, actually we're up in the middle of all the guys. So there's quite a bit of stuff coming out.
Is there no red book up here?
Which is the most significant one,
I
Dante
don't
or
see it, no.
Well,
Uh,
hopefully North
I've
Tower,
North
Grotto.
Tower, yeah.
I think the Grotto and North Tower are put more stuff out.
Oh,
Like if you go, we measure Dante and we only find this one.
one big one, yeah.
What's the next couple objectives for this dive?
So what we're doing, there aren't any more objectives. We're done, we're recovering.
Mhm.
And then after that, we'll travel over to our RC mooring site and recover an autonomous mooring. And then potentially deploy one, but I'll have
About
to
90 minutes
get
to
caught up on
surface.
that.
Okay.
It's all changed since I've been here.
Yeah.
Good for me to go off
Are
auto
the
heading?
changes mostly
Yeah,
due to
me
weather?
too.
It's mostly to do with the fact that the temperature probe on the ROV is currently not working.
Okay.
So we can't take gas tights from vents without knowing that they're the adequate temperature.
Mhm.
So I think Steve, you're looking for like 270 degrees or something.
No, we just want to know what the temperature is.
Oh, okay.
So then
Gauge,
you
gauge
can.
that.
That's a big factor.
Yeah.
You can see the Norbit now is strictly taking its porch as its bathymetry.
Bridge,
Yeah.
nav.
I'm gonna go check in down there.
Hi,
What's up?
we are off bottom, approximate recovery time 90 minutes.
Okay.
Copy, will do.
Cool.
It's pretty good. I mean, after grabbing that bars too, I'm still kind of at 28.
All right, we're
Nice.
full recovery of the ROV.
Yeah, 2800 PSI. Love that.
I know, right?
Jamming.
Hey, ROV pilots, do you guys want to talk? Do you guys have a minute to talk about the new arm and all of the amazing new functions that you get with it?
Absolutely. Want me to go?
Are you on SPL?
Am I? I don't know. Sorry, my panel. Let me see. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, this past winter we integrated a few new things into the ROVs. We integrated two new manifolds hydraulic manifolds. One of those runs this new Schilling Orion arm that we have, and then the other one runs all the various other hydraulic tooling functions on the ROVs. And so yeah, it's actually a similar arm actually to the Magnum that we replace it with. Slightly different type of functionality, but a 7-function arm. It's a rate arm, so that means that it's controlled by individual valves, so it doesn't know its position like the craft arm does. But we're running it off of proportional valves. And the nice thing about these new manifolds we integrated is actually that we have control over the flow, or essentially the speed of the different functions from here, so from the control van. So if something's running too slow or too fast, we can slow it down or speed it up as needed during the dive. So that's a nice feature that's been added to the system. And we can do that with all of the functions that the proportional valves run. So we actually have 14 proportional valves on the vehicle, and we have control over each one of those. So that's a nice added feature overall for the system. So yeah, that's the sort of high level. But this arm is yeah, it's been good so far. It's already shown its usefulness already in these first few dives that we've been on. And yeah, we're going to be looking forward to using it more and more.
Yeah, it's been awesome seeing it in action. Because I know typical ONC expedition, we have a lot of really technical finesse movements when we're plugging and unplugging devices and deploying different instrumentations.
Yeah, it is definitely probably the most technical engineering type of work that we do than a typical OET exploration. Strictly science cruise. There's a lot more engineering components involved, so it's interesting. It's challenging for everybody, not just the ROV pilots. Everyone kind of has to adjust a bit to the situations and working around the vents and the navigating and the video, and all the pieces kind of got all worked together to make it flow nicely.
We pack a lot of science in 3 weeks on board the Nautilus.
So much science.
So much science. Science and engineering. Yep.
Slow down.
First bit of scientific news is that that vent is basically at 339 degrees Celsius, which to my recollection is about 10 to 15 degrees higher than I've seen in that area.
It's a good vent.
It's a good vent, and it probably means that things are changing, and things might be getting a little, small percentage, 3 or 4% higher than they were before, which I guess is expected if there's a bunch of earthquakes happening and they're making more cracks in the ocean seafloor to cause movement of magma upwards. So I guess it's getting a little bit hotter. So
Thanks for the insights, Steve. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I can just hear Yuko's brain ticking away on the stories she can tell with that information.
Oh, you bet. And if anyone wants to
I think
know,
it is worth a look at the past bars data.
Yeah.
It's hotter than I recall it being in the past looking at these too.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to just get some background information on what we're talking about, please check out the newest blog on nautiluslive.org. It's about how we discovered 200 earthquakes an hour back in March of this year. And it could be a sign of new seafloor forming. We're not sure yet. That's why we're out here exploring. And of course, if you follow along with Ocean Networks and Nautilus's social media, you'll get live dive alerts and some science tidbits throughout the expedition.
A lock on the jaw. So you hold it. Oh, that one didn't persist. Interesting. Well, don't tell Jake. He works so hard. That was a huge task to make that happen. Poor Jake. I don't know who did it. It's been there for a long time.
Got a question in the chat about the crawler, and I am going to assume you're asking about Wally the crawler. Wally is out of commission still. There's also a couple questions I couldn't get to earlier in the dive. One of them was about if Nautilus live streams on Twitch, and the answer is no. There is no Twitch stream for these expeditions and these dives.
Craft isn't doing anything right now, is it? Turn the valve.
How fast are we ascending right now?
We are ascending like about 20 meters per minute.
20 meters per minute. Does the ROV need to be pressurized as it ascends and descends?
No. No, well, the pressure will be changing as we come up through the water column, but yeah, we don't have to do anything to the RV systems themselves as we like go up or down.
Mm-hmm. The first time I saw Hercules, I was really surprised of how big it was. I always imagined the ROVs to be smaller, more finesse equipment, but it's about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, that's about that size. A little, probably heavier. It weighs about a little over 6,000 pounds in air.
Wow. Ooh, can any of the ROV pilots talk about the fancy controller they use for the both the arms?
Yeah, we have a miniature version of the starboard manipulator, the Craft Predator. Miniature version which mimics the movements of the subsea one 1-to-1. So if we want to move the elbow, we move a miniature version of the elbow. And same for all the different joints. It's a little intimidating at first because you are holding it and moving all these 7 joints all at the same time. But after you kind of get over the learning curve, it's just goes right where you want it to go. And being able to move multiple joints at one time allows you to do very precise movements instead of moving one thing, then another thing, then another thing.
How long did it take you to get good enough to be a pilot?
That's an interesting question.
Well, I mean, you know, your triggering of the tools today it seemed like it required a lot of finesse, so.
Major
yeah.
kudos again.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, you don't really get to do anything well with it before you become a pilot. So, kind of chicken before the egg, something. Cart before the horse? I don't know, one of those things. Chickens and horse carts involved, I don't know. But
Is ONC the most kind of complex job that we do with the ROVs in terms of just like machinery? Yeah.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of other complex sampling, like snipping off parts of corals without sampling the whole animal. That happens with other science cruises, or getting just the right size rock or the right type of rock or whatever, separating it from the ground. But it's a little less precise and a little more smashy-bangy. So, yeah, getting connectors lined up and vent fluid sample thingies, that's a little more precision stuff.
Yeah.
Just so our audience knows, we do have the overhead view of all the controllers on the quad view, if you so please. And We have someone asking, is that an Xbox controller on the table? What does that control?
That actually controls one of the cameras, the one that we refer to as bubble or a PTZ cam that kind of keeps an eye on our gauges and other things that we want to look at, different view for manipulations. But yeah, in future, at the moment with the Orion arm, we just have sort of push button control at the moment, but we're working towards moving that to some sort of controller, whether it's a Xbox controller or we can kind of make our own little console. And we're gonna build our own controller for the arm, so you can do multiple functions at the same time, even though it's a radar arm. So we're kind of working towards that right now.
And I noticed that when we were maneuvering for the gas tight, there was a lot of button pushing to control the new arm.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, you're trying to move one joint at a time, like Trevor was saying, into exactly the right, within less than an inch position. So it takes a little bit of button pushing and finesse with the controller that we have over it right now.
And I got another question about for our ROV pilots. Do you train piloting an ROV in the in some simulation environment, like an airline pilot might do in a flight simulator?
Yeah, there's definitely those things out there. They've been around for quite a while, and there's some pretty neat ones that have been developed. There's a lot of them, like the oil and gas industry, and I've worked in one case with one we helped to kind of design and build one for another job that was very job specific and very repetitive. So we kind of built a simulator around that. But we don't do that here. We're actually on the sort of doorstep of being able to do that. With a lot of what Chris Krasnowski's done with Norbit and the modeling, there could be a pretty easy transition into creating a simulated world for the vehicle and running it in there. But it's something we don't currently do at OET. So it's all training in practice.
It's been such a cool learning experience watching from the back row how you guys just manipulate the arms to get it to do what you want. So thank you so much for answering all of my questions over here.
Of course, yeah. No
and
problem.
kudos to the video team. We have a comment here saying they're really enjoying the Channel 3 multi-view this season.
Oh, that's so great to hear. Well, I'm really enjoying controlling it, so.
Yeah, and that's Anna right now. That is our current video engineer for this watch. And I got a fun sort of non-dive related question for everyone. What are the things you do when your watch is over? I know I'm gonna go to sleep because I have to be up at midnight for my next watch. What are everyone else's downtime activities?
Yeah, sleep's a good one.
Sleep, yeah, a top priority.
Eat, sometimes I eat.
Laundry.
Laundry, yeah.
Normal day-to-day sort of survival things. Eating, laundry, sleeping.
Yeah.
Working out.
Work out, yeah, if you're motivated.
Yeah.
It's the first time working out on a moving vessel, and it was
interesting, isn't it?
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole new
Treadmills are
perspective.
treacherous, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You do really hard and really easy chin-ups in the same session.
I think one of my legs worked out more than the other, just trying to keep balance.
Yeah.
So just for anyone who is just tuning in, we are ascending. We were just diving at the Endeavour main Endeavour vent field. So we were at one of the hydrothermal vents deploying a new BARS device, which is known as the benthic and resistivity sensor. We also took some gas tight samples. So this is sampling hydrothermal vent fluid under pressure. And what else did we do on this dive? I joined this dive only 4 hours ago.
I have one. Oh, you do.
And we, of course, recovered the old BARS device to be reused and fixed.
It's all good.
It's one that goes like...
Yeah. So what's our ROV pilots monitoring as we're ascending?
We are monitoring a lot of stuff. We keep an eye on all the system health. We keep an eye on our delta. We keep an eye on our winch speed because we want to track our winch speed along with the send speed of the vehicle, so we come up essentially together at the same time. Monitoring tether, monitoring weather. Yeah, still keeping an eye on everything. There's always what I call like doing laps because there's a lot of things to look at. We keep a sharp eye on our winch and how the cable is laying down on the drum. So I kind of go around the room and I'm looking at all the different pieces of information that we're tracking all the time. So yeah, you're constantly needing to monitor all the pieces of the system.
And you're also having to answer all of my many questions.
That's right.
You've been seeing that one spot on the drum throughout the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the forward flange.
Yeah, coming up right about now-ish. There it is.
Yeah. That's part of it.
Oh, and if you're on the quad view, you can see me just giving a wave, and right behind me is our studio. I just want to give a quick shout out to Monica, who is currently doing a ship-to-shore interaction with some at the Ocean Week Victoria Festival at Fisherman's Wharf. We have a full outdoor TV there that you can interact with us live.
Neat.
That's in Campbell River, right?
No, that's in Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
There is a Ocean Week festival in Campbell River. There's
Right.
also one in Nanaimo.
Sweet.
We go all out for Ocean Week on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just surrounded by ocean.
Surrounded. Yep.
Hence the island part.
Yes.
I moved to Vancouver Island from Vancouver and study marine biology as my undergrad, and I have still yet to master swimming.
No.
And then, you know, there was I forgot who told me this, but there was like a superstition that if you work on a vessel, which I've always wanted to do in my career, you're not supposed to know how to swim, because if you know how to swim, it's a bad omen.
Well,
I don't know if someone's lying to me to make
I've
me
never heard
feel
that.
better.
I've never heard that either. Also, I know how to swim, so like, should I just leave?
Yeah, you should leave.
Yeah.
Swim home.
Am I bringing
Know
the
to
ship
swim, eat
bad
bananas,
luck?
and constantly whistle while you're on board.
Probably eating bananas.
Yeah, just nonstop bananas and whistling.
While swimming.
Knowing how to swim, yeah.
It's hard to whistle while you're eating a banana, but man, that's bad luck.
Sounds messy.
Yeah. You never know what blue water conversation will take you.
Well,
Is this anyone's first time in Canada?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Awesome.
Imagine if I'd never left the country before, then I could say yes. If you're born in
guess
Canada.
that is true, and
and
that'll be your
left it,
first
yeah,
time
it's my
here.
first time here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the metrics. Most of our viewers are from US, followed closely by Canada.
Nice.
Hmm.
What's a cool spot someone's tuning in from today?
I saw someone tuning in from the Netherlands.
That's a cool spot.
Hmm. Someone did mention that there is also another superstition that it was bad luck for women to be on board for a while.
Oh my god.
So take that with what you will.
I've got 4 things against me. The unluckiest person on the whole boat.
You know what? We don't prescribe to that anymore.
That's right.
We don't prescribe to
Yeah,
that.
we don't need to let superstition run our lives.
No. See, we still got some more blue water to go. someone's asking about ROV or ocean-themed games like Sub-ROV or Fathomverse. So I have tried the Fathomverse new mobile game. It's pretty fun. I know Fathomverse used a couple of ONC's Barkley Canyon dives as part of their build. So that was really cool to see. Oh, shout out to our Canadian friends tuning in from Okanagan Falls, Montreal. Oh, this is such a nice comment. Rather see Nautilus live than Formula One this weekend.
Wow, that's nice.
I don't know, hydrothermal vents are kind of cool.
They are just magnificent wonders.
Mm-hmm. Tuning in from New Zealand.
Wow.
This is my first daytime watch.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, we've been doing the midnight to 4 a.m. shifts together.
Yeah.
So if you are just tuning in, we are at the end of our dive. This is the third dive of the expedition. We were diving at the main Endeavour field, and this expedition has taken the EV Nautilus to the coast of Vancouver Island. So we set sail from Sydney, Vancouver Island, to come and service the 800-kilometer fiber optic cable connected subsea observatory Neptune. And this observatory is ran by Ocean Networks Canada, and we provide open source data to anyone in the world with internet connectivity.
Can we go back to the beginning? Sorry.
About 85 minutes at the moment.
So a question that we get a lot in the chat box is, when is the next expected dive? We currently don't have that information because we are at the mercy of Mother Nature. So a lot of our ROV dives and actually a lot of our science objectives are contingent on calm seas. So we are waiting for basically weather forecasting. So as soon as we know when the next dive would be, we will issue a dive alert on our social media channels at at Ocean Networks on Twitter and on Instagram, and Nautilus Live would also issue dive alerts. We will try our best to update the status box on the nautiluslive.org website as well. Endeavour Vents maintenance is also my favorite Nautilus dives. Such a weird and alien world, so deep under the surface, but just off the coast of my home.
Yuko, did you ever ID that crab?
No, I couldn't see it. It was a bit too far, and usually IDing crabs is not my strong suit.
There are a lot of varieties
There
of crabs.
are. I want to say tanner crab, but I will have to go back into our sea tube to take a closer look.
Yeah. Aside from all of those tube worms, were there any other wildlife sightings of note?
I saw a lot of the tube worms. I was trying to see if we had any limpets around when we were really zoomed in to the vent, but I didn't see any. I was also paying a lot of attention to the trigger for the gas tight.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, it should be interesting to see the photogrammetry. That's very cool how long ONC's been monitoring these vents.
Yeah, let's see, I think the first subsea observatory that Ocean Networks deployed is an inshore one at in Saanich Inlet, and that's been around for almost 20 years, I want to say.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool how we can just monitor live all of the, like, just so deep under the ocean.
Yeah, and I bet the technology's advanced a ton within 20 years, too.
Yeah, I am learning so much. I've been with ONC for just over a year now. My brain is so full.
Me too, and I've only been sailing with you guys for like a couple days.
There's always more room for improvement and room to learn.
Totally, yeah, that's what I love about this kind of work. It's just constant learning, and it's super interesting.
I'm wondering if anyone on the ROV team is on SPL right now.
Trying to get their attention and wave at them.
Oh no, it's okay. Because there's a question here that I don't know the answer to. Maybe Dirk will know if Dirk wants to hop on SPL. We'll answer a question of the next available watch. Well, the question here is, what are the weather tolerances of the dive operations?
That is a good question. Yeah, I feel like it depends on also what the bridge is willing to handle.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know we were awake for a watch at 12 a.m. And things were flying across the mess hall.
Yeah, a bit chaotic. I was specifically targeted by a flying bottle jug of maple syrup, and I felt that it may have something to do with me being an American on a ship full of Canadians. But
No, not at all.
But yeah, I bet Josh would know the answer about the weather tolerances. If somebody
Sorry, what was that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard my name.
Yeah, Yuko says there's a question.
Yeah, I have a question if you have a moment to answer.
Yep, we were just going through something with our talented data engineering lead, Justin Lowe, but we are finished that conversation, so yeah.
He's so talented.
Amazing. So the question here is, what are the weather tolerances of the dive operations?
They are typically, we kind of talk about it like swell, height, and wind. So like typically kind of 20 to 25 knots of wind and kind of 2 to 2.5 meters, some combination of that. But there's certain things that kind of impact those factors. But we're kind of tied, because we're so tied to the ship's position and its ability to hold position in DP, but also move around in our fine movements that we ask it to do. Kind of at the mercy of the ship. So if the ship can't hold position, that's kind of the weather limit, really.
I didn't get a chance to check, but what were the weather conditions early this morning, like 12 a.m.?
I can answer that one.
Yeah,
We had
please.
about 27 knots of wind and maybe a 2 to 3 meter swell. So at our limits, pretty much.
On the edge of the limits, yeah.
Was launch delayed for weather?
No, we were watching it, and we made sure that we had some time on station to see how everything lined up. And thankfully, everything was coming from the same direction, so we could head right into it, which made launch a lot easier. If we have wind coming from one direction and then the swell hitting us broadside, then that's probably another factor that would limit our diving capabilities.
Yeah, and a lot of our science and engineering objectives depend on calm seas.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah. As we saw, a lot of our operations require precision.
Yeah, a lot of deck operations going as well, craning things on deck, heavy things, so it's a lot nicer to have some calmer weather and a more stable platform when those activities are going on as well.
I know we were a little bit rough out here this morning, but back on land in Victoria, we were having beautiful summer weather.
Oh, must be nice. Yeah, it was a little terrifying, the sounds coming from the galley late at night in the rough seas, just pots and pans clanging around, and yeah, one of the stewards popped in there and we just heard him
Gasp.
Yes, gasp.
Oh, did they all fall down or something?
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
ROV team, I got a question because this is my first watch where we're recovering vehicles. At about what depth will you need the SPL line to be quiet for ops?
I would say when we kind of pause at 50 meters,
Okay,
then from 50 meters up until the vehicles are on deck, it's kind of nice to be able to focus on the,
great.
it's our focus time, making sure everything gets back on board. There's a squid.
There's like a squid.
Yeah, it takes a, you know, making sure everything's on deck safely. It's takes definitely some focus attention to help make that happen as best as possible.
Great, yeah, thank you for giving me that information. I'll make sure that we're not chattering away when we hit about 50 meters.
Sounds great.
So for our audience, there is a hierarchy of importance for conversation on the SPL. The most important chats on this line would be operations. So that would include ROV, figuring out what our dive objectives are, and then of course after that comes all of our awesome audience questions and science questions. And I know that a lot of our audience on Twitter in particular noticed a ton of squid at near the surface of the ocean, and I haven't had a chance to see all of them yet because we've been descending pretty full beans the last couple dives I've been on watch.
More beans.
I'm used to saying, oh, check that out. Looks like a jelly, perhaps? I'm going to pull up my ID guide and see if I can ID that. It's really pretty.
Maybe Solmus's jellyfish, but you should give us the positive ID, Yuko.
I will do my best. My specialty tends to lie more in intertidal creatures where you can walk out during a low tide.
What's your favorite tide pool creature, Yuko?
Barnacles.
Yes. They're so underrated, but
They are so underrated.
Just inspiring and powerful.
You sell me on them. To me, they're correctly rated. So.
Yeah.
They're correctly
Can you
rated.
imagine
I don't
living
know.
your whole life sitting on your head? I mean,
Yeah.
it would just be-
I don't know anything about barnacles. They're spiky on my feet and they're kind of white. Tell me more.
Yuko.
So barnacles, they start their life as free-swimming larvae. And when they find, this is how I explain it to children. I worked with a lot of kids in my last job.
That's the appropriate way to explain it to an RV pilot.
So when this barnacle larvae find its forever home, it essentially cements their head onto the surface, and they start growing the shell. It's kind of like metamorphosis, and they start growing their shell. And they live their adult life as what we see on the beach, those hard shells, and they're upside down.
Did anyone else just picture Trevor doing all of those things?
And I like to make this analogy because when kids see barnacles, they think they're part of rocks, but they're animals inside their shells. And they eat with their feet, and how they do that is they swipe water into their shell, and they suspension feed. So they eat tiny particles in the water.
What do you think about barnacles now, Trev?
They're very slightly underrated.
There's other cool ones, like my favorite are the gooseneck barnacles. The ones that live in like a really, really in the surge zones or in this crazy turbulent like environment, but yet they have these they're huge, like they're big stalks, and they like hang out. I don't even know how they want to live there, but they sure do. They hang on pretty tight.
Right?
Cool.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, intertidal
And they're
animals are
tasty.
so powerful. Tasty?
You can eat them.
Yeah, have you never had a gooseneck?
How do you eat a gooseneck barnacle?
The shell's the worst part.
No, there's a soft bit.
So do you like slurp them out of the shell? Like how do you
yeah.
consume a gooseneck barnacle?
No, they're good. you cut open, take off the hard bits, and there's like the neck part that you eat.
Huh.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Do
put
you
that on
scavenge
my
yourself,
bucket
or
list.
is there a part of the country that?
You could. I mean, there's lots of
Find
them on Vancouver Island on the west coast.
Huh.
Yeah, you could, but you have to get them at a certain tide because like they literally live in like the crashing waves, so like they're hard to get.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list to try. I've never tried gooseneck barnacles.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
Well,
a very adventurous eater.
Okay, well when we get back we'll have to go on a little foraging expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, you can fry them up for us or however you cook them.
Yeah. Don't cook them very long. Like most seafood, you don't want to overcook your seafood.
Yeah, okay.
Can you eat them raw?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like oysters?
Sure, oysters and things like that. Yeah.
cool.
And that jelly that we saw, I believe, is a
Solmuses?
solmuses. Thank you. I struggle
Yeah.
pronouncing
Is that what you
Latin names.
guess?
That was my guess, yeah.
Mhm.
I made a video about Solmuses jellyfish versus
Yeah.
ctenophores when I was working on another exploration vessel.
Nice.
I had a little edge there.
Versus, you said? Like,
Well, just like the different head-to-head jelly versus ctenophore.
in,
No.
in this corner. There.
No, just like the differences in the evolution of the different organisms and
Cool.
how they're not as closely related as once thought.
That would make the head-to-head would make a great like TikTok.
Totally.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Ah.
Ooh, I got a question for, I think you can answer this, Anna. With all that equipment and computers in that room, how do you prevent from overheating?
Oh, well,
Freeze.
here, let me just switch over to, I think you might be able to see how bundled everybody is, but I'm going to put on my camera so you can see my little outfit, which is, I've got a beanie on, I've got a sweatshirt, a hoodie, a puffy jacket, and my Nautilus vest. So I am fully bundled. So we have to keep it pretty chilly in here. And it is actually right now 66 degrees. And when we're just sitting down here, yeah, it gets pretty cold. But yeah, all good. Because we're here to do work, and if you're a little uncomfortable sometimes, that's okay, because it's all in the service of ocean exploration and science, which we all love. But yeah, so we do have an air conditioning right behind the back row, and the Nautilus often works in very warm climates, and so we do have to make sure that it stays cool in here so that the equipment doesn't overheat, because it does generate a lot of heat on its own. So yeah.
Looks like we're coming up to a shift change here. I forgot about this feature of this chair. So if you like,
Whoa, yeah, you gotta be careful.
occupational hazard.
Thanks for showing off all the equipment over there, Anna.
Oh
The
yeah.
ACs, as this viewer mentioned, the ACs are mission critical equipment.
They really are.
I like that you call your knit hat a beanie, because we
Oh.
Yeah, I
call
like
them
that too.
we call them toques
Oh,
in Canada.
another little Canadian thing you guys say.
Yeah, we
We
also
already
use
had a
Celsius.
discussion about
Yeah.
toques today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how is it spelt? Because it's not common for, outside of Canada to hear that word.
TOQUE.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sounds French, kinda.
A little bit, yeah.
French
It's
sort
like
of
torque
vibes.
without the R.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone makes jokes that, oh, all Canadians say A. Oh, okay, maybe sure.
We
fine,
do
but
say A.
Yeah.
I
though.
say A, I say A, but
I
not
say A.
everybody, not everybody. But toque is ubiquitous, whether
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, or
Yeah.
It's
whether
toque.
you've lived here for 5 or 10 generations, or you're a recent immigrant, or whatever. Everyone says toque. Everyone knows toque. That's just what it's called. It's completely ubiquitous, more so than any other Canadian slang that I can think of.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah. I'm in. I agree.
I do think
And
it's
completely unknown outside of Canada.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right?
It's a funny one.
A.
Funny.
Toque's a funny one, eh?
Yeah.
There you
Where's
go.
your toque, eh? It's pretty cool.
I do think that A is charming, and I've heard a couple of you guys say it. So AJ says it a lot.
AJ does say it a lot.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I'm on another ascent watch, I'll try to collect some American versus Canadian slang.
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
here we go.
And then
Here we
there's
go.
just like
Yeah.
regional in America as well.
There's also regional in
A lot of regional
Canada
in
too.
North
Yep.
America
Yeah.
all together. Yeah.
Oh, someone, I knew this was gonna happen. Someone mentioned Tim Hortons, eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
We call it Timmy's.
Go ahead, Data Lab.
I actually haven't been, but
That's okay.
It's okay. It's fast food.
I don't know. I was told that Canada runs on Tim Hortons.
There's some truth to that.
Okay, all right.
Some truth.
An American told that to me, so I mean, like, I don't know how accurate it is, but yeah.
Might put a
Ooh.
little more forward on. See if I can kind of
Let's
stretch
see,
out
where
that
are
little
we
belly
in
a bit.
depth? What's one location in the world you would like to dive on that you have
I know
not
Jan was
dived
playing
in?
with it a little bit.
Ooh. Does that go out to everyone?
And that's going out to everyone.
The power might be on. I know Jan was sort of playing with the
But
settings
let's
a little, or he was just trying to, he was reading
wait a
through and
bit.
kind of playing with it a little bit. But I could turn it off though if you want it like powered off. When we hit the surface, I can turn it off now. I mean, obviously it's pretty useless stage. Bye-bye. Bubbles. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, we could cycle through. Yeah, you want to come here? I can be down on deck if you want. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I'll see what Gabby wants to do if she wants to do recovery or Atalanta. Atalanta.
So I got a question here. When are you guys diving to explore? So our dive schedules, we don't really have a dive schedule because our operations are dependent on weather. So we just gotta wait and assess the weather before we decide when we can send the ROVs down again. So earlier we talked a little bit about what our operations require in order to be successful. And if you were tuning in a little earlier, you would have kind of picked up on how precise a lot of our operations need to be. So in order for that precision to happen, we need calm waters. So if you follow Nautilus Live on Twitter and Instagram, or ONC on Twitter and Instagram, you will get dive alerts right away when we start diving. Since we're still in blue water, actually we're doing shift change right now, so let's chill on the chatter for a sec.
I think I've co-piloted you I've co-piloted with you before, and you know I'm the worst co-pilot ever, right? I'm just terrible. No, yeah, for some reason, I can pay like extreme attention when I'm sitting over there, but when I sit here, I have like no attention span whatsoever. Yeah, yeah, it's great. Isn't this thing supposed to have things on it? Yeah, nicely lined forces there.
ROV team, are you cool if I jump in and just give an update to our viewers about what we're doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. So anyone still tuning in or just starting to tune in, we are ascending with the ROVs. The dive is starting to wrap up. Just to give you some context about where we were diving at the main Endeavour field. We were servicing and we were deploying and recovering some scientific equipment that was down there. We were also collecting hydrothermal vent fluid using gas tight, which is a pressurized water sampler, in less words. And now we are at 1,122 meters, so we are ascending. And can someone from the ROV team give me an estimate about when we'll reach the surface? Our ROV team is currently doing ops. Perfect. And if our chat box is still currently open, if you have some last minute questions you want to ask the team that's on watch right now. So I just got a question in the chat box asking, will you be visiting the whale fall site that has regularly been monitored over the last few years now? There are tentative plans to visit. I do not want to confirm because we are at the mercy of Mother Nature. So our dives are all contingent on calm waters and optimal conditions and safe conditions to dive. But I am very excited to see it was on the tentative plans. And the whale fall site that I am referring to is located at Clayoquot Slope. So just to give everyone online a quick update, we are currently ascending with the ROVs. We just had a shift change. So we have some shuffling and movement and updates the control van team is currently going through right now. A viewer in the chat box asked if how to stop the captions displayed on the viewer feed. In order to stop the captions, please toggle to the bottom of the video and click off the CC button. And I'm just going to repeat the answer to the question about the viewer feed captions again, just to make sure it's been received. So to turn off the captions on the viewer feed, please toggle to the bottom of the video and click the CC button. Not just the CC button here, no.
Are you talking about these two things here?
Let's see, the live feed to us listener has captions similar to say continuous location and movement data. That's that? Okay.
Yeah, that's intended.
Okay. I will hop back on. Okay. Thank you for that update. So the video engineers just informed me that the continuous location timestamp is, you can't turn that off. That is intended to be there, but if you go to satellite feed 3, you can view the live stream without the rolling captions there. got another question about the whale foss site. So 2 to 3 years ago, we collected some samples of the whale skeleton. That project is still ongoing, I believe. But during the clay quartz slope dives, one of our senior scientists, Fabio, would be online. And that would be the best time to ask any questions about the whale fall. So stay tuned for more updates on that dive. And just to repeat the answer about the closed captioning again, so the rolling timestamp and location caption at the bottom of the feed is there permanently and on purpose, that we can't turn that off. But if you go to the satellite feed 3, you can view the live stream without the text on the bottom.